Today I'm going to be working in this garden bed right behind me, and for the most part just planting some beautiful drought-tolerant plants. Now, for the most part, this garden bed just has nothing but flowers that bloom in the summer months. Now, I have one spring blooming plant in there, and that is a Blue Lupine. Now, I'm going to be cleaning it up because it is completely done blooming, and if I have time, I would like to remove it. If I don't, it'll just be cleaned up. But in the front part over here, what I want to plant, and you might have already guessed because you see some over here, but I am going to be planting 6 Sweet Romance lavender. I mean, who doesn't love lavender, right? And who doesn't know about lavender? Because lavender is one of the greatest plants on earth. It is a great pollinator. It's a great medicinal plant. It's great for cut flowers. I mean, it is great for so many things. It's great for making lavender oil. And what's really beautiful about this is that it's drought tolerant and deer resistant. So I really love it for that reason. And I think because I do get deer in this area, I think it'll be pretty safe in this spot. I'm going to be planting 6 of these. Now this will get about 18 inches tall, maybe 12 inches in diameter. Could be a little bit larger, but nevertheless, they're going to look beautiful right where I'm going to be planting them, and I will show you where I'm going to do that. The next thing that I'm going to be planting is I'm going to be planting 2 Purple Mist Parahebes. This is one of my must-have plants, besides the Sweet Romance lavender or just lavender in general, because this one is absolutely gorgeous. Now this is going to get about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide at full maturity, but I love the flowers, the delicateness of this, the whimsicalness of this, and would be a great addition to any cottage garden. And it would also be great for container gardening. And it has these beautiful little blue flowers that are absolutely gorgeous, and it just has just a touch of yellow with a touch of white, and I absolutely love it. Now this is not in the eucalyptus family. This is in the plantain family. It does look a lot like a eucalyptus, and what I love about it is that it has that blue iridescent color on the foliage, so even the foliage itself brings really bright colors to this landscape, and so I'm really happy about this. This is zoned from 7 through 10, and what else can I tell you about it other than it is just one gorgeous plant. It's drought tolerant, deer resistant, so if you guys live in a deer community like I do, then this is a plant for you. This can also be grown in a container if I didn't already mention that. And then what I want to plant in here is one gorgeous, gorgeous Astilbe. This Astilbe, what's special about this Astilbe is that out of all the Astilbes, this one here is the most drought tolerant that you can get. And this is really, really gorgeous. It's got really deep green foliage. It's going to stand out with that pink flower. But anyway, this is going to go tucked right underneath there. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Before I get started, I just want to show you what it looks like now. Before I get to planting, I will bring you around to the other side. This area right here, as you can see, gets a lot more sun than the opposite side. However, the morning sun will hit the other side, so it's going to have plenty of light. And right here is where you can see the Blue Lupine, where it's completely spent. And yeah, and then at the very end, I will let you know what's in this garden bed. And so here's what it looks like from the side. Excuse my shadow, you guys. And there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the other thing is that I'm going to be establishing all of my plants with fish fertilizer, as I always do. on this side of the garden and on this side of the garden, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and clean this front part of this garden bed, because these are all fall crocuses, and they all came up and emerged in the springtime thinking that something was going to happen, and nothing has happened. So I'm going to pull them all out. In the fall, they're kind of like this lilac lavender kind of, I would say more like a very soft lilac color, and they were pretty, but they didn't last very long. They didn't wow me, let's just put it that way. So when they came up, I thought they were going to bloom, and they didn't. So they're out of here, and they're not coming back. These are pretty good sized bulbs too. I don't know, maybe they didn't come up. Maybe they didn't come up because they're pretty congested as far as flowers go. I'm completely done, and the garden looks amazing. I really love it. Now, I didn't pull out the blue lupine, as you noticed. I just cleaned it up, but it looks pretty amazing right now. And so I think I'm going to leave it. Things will emerge further down in the season, so I'm not worried about it. All the crocuses are now out of there. There was 120 really good heads, bulbs, whatever you call those things. And I threw away probably another 20 that I had damaged. So there was a lot of crocuses out there. And I was really kind of shocked that nothing happened when they came out of the ground in the springtime, because they came out like they were going to do something, and then nothing happened. They just kind of fizzled out. So I don't know what that was all about. Maybe because they were overcrowded. But whatever the case is, they're out of here, and something new will take its place. And this is completely done, and I love the new setting, and I'm going to love it as it matures and starts growing and getting bigger and fuller in this garden bed. Now, the sweet romance lavender, once those get bigger, they're going to look amazing. I do have a couple of them back here that are actually starting to bloom. So let me turn you around. Let me show you what the garden looks like. Okay, so doesn't this just look amazing? You know, earlier during the day, before I even did the video, I actually expanded the garden a little bit, just because I wanted to have enough room for these sweet romance lavender. But I love everything that is here because it's going to look amazing this summer. Now, the purple mist Parahebe, I could have got one more and planted it there, but this is going to grow maybe up to about 3 feet tall and wide. So, you know, it's got time to grow and maybe add another one, but this is going to look really amazing. They've been in this area already, and so they've been doing perfectly fine, and so they're going to thrive beautifully here. And they require full sun anyway. Then I did the sweet romance right over here. And this one actually is in bloom, or it tried to bloom. Looks like that didn't quite make it. Let's just take that one out of there. But it is getting some blooms. This one's getting some blooms. These are going to get, you know, a lot larger over the summer months and over the next few years. And it's going to look beautiful right here. In this site, there's some canis lilies. These ones are dwarf canis lilies, and I'll come back over the summer month and show you what this looks like once everything is in bloom. But right here, this is just a wild daisy, and it came up last year and thought, why not leave it? It's beautiful. I like daisies. Then I have over here, this is a container that I had in my Portland home, which has some dianthus. I can't remember the variety of them. And then I have some hop-like oregano, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's starting to get the leaves and the tips are actually pink. And this is the thing about hop-like oreganos. The hop-like oreganos, they really like a little bit of shade protection, but if they get enough sun with the equal amount of shade, then their blooms will be much bigger and much fatter. And if they're in more shade, they'll get pretty small. But this is going to look absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to bring you back for that. Then I have a blackbird euphorbia here. This one is actually a dwarf euphorbia. And then the dianthus. I love it because look at that. Look at that bloom. Isn't that just gorgeous? It just has a little bit of green, really light green in the center. And it's just very elegant. Then I've got my Sebastian irises over here. I didn't clean them up, but I'll do that a later time. Then I have a lot of marigolds that wrap around on the other side. They were kind of in this side too last year, but I kind of cleaned them up. Then here's my sweet romance lavender that I put here. A couple of flowers growing here. I think that's just going to look really beautiful around there. And if you look at it from this side, doesn't that just look gorgeous? And then I put the Astilbe over here, and she's been over here and has loved being in that area, so I decided to go ahead and just plant her there. Then, as you can see, this is all nice and clean. I adjusted the wrought iron plant support. I don't know why these lilies here decided this year to flop. Last year they didn't do that at all, but this year they're a lot weaker. But this is one of my favorite plants. In this garden I have some lilies, don't know the varieties. I have some Lucifer crocosimus on both sides here. Then I have some fuchsia that I brought from my Portland home in the center. I don't know if you can see that right there. And I still need to plant some clematis up here. I'm really thinking of putting this globe over here because I think it's going to look really beautiful there in that spot. But I definitely need to thin out those crocosimus. They didn't do very well last year. I mean, it's almost like they're getting too much sun. And they're supposed to be full sun requirements, but I think they do better when they have a little bit of sun protection, because that one over there, I thinned out as well. And that one looks really healthy and even more vibrant. So we'll see what happens. But I will be thinning that out a lot more. And then I have another daylily here, and I don't know the variety. It is pretty crunched between all these plants, but it'll survive. And then this was planted. It was further back. You might have seen me pull it in the forefront. It's got some really pretty flowers that are going to start blooming. The leaves were kind of fried, which tells me it's getting too much sun, too much direct sun, but we'll see. I mean, most of the time, any kind of geranium, they like to be, in the shade. So we'll see what happens with this. If I have to move it, then I'll move it. And then when I pulled that up, I came up with a succulent. So I decided, go ahead and plant it there. And this side looks just as amazing, a lot more cleaner. This is okay, I had to kind of take a pause on the video over here because now it is in bloom, and now you can see what these lilies look like. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I mean, totally gorgeous. And the blooms on this one last just a little bit longer than your typical daylily. I mean, open. I'm talking about staying open. And I just absolutely love it. And it's got tons of blooms this year. So yeah. And then I have a hollyhock. Don't know the variety. It's going to get ready to bloom. Some gladiolas here. Don't know the variety. They were beautiful. They've even gotten much larger this year. But those are going to be great to have in this garden. And then I cleaned up the lupine. It'll reemerge from the ground. I was going to pull it out, but it is gorgeous, and it is the only thing in this garden that actually has spring flowers in here, so I guess it's okay. And then the roses here, both of these roses, I don't know the variety of them, but they're really actually pretty nice. I don't know, they're a very small rose, and they're kind of they look dark, almost orangey, terracotta kind of looking, but then they soften up into some kind of a pink color. And yeah, like this one, it just kind of folds out into a pink. This is the same one, same variety. Don't know the type, but both of these are really more of a climbing rose bushes, so I will be removing both of these at a later time. And then over here is some gooseneck that it's not my favorite, but it's getting ready to bloom. As you can see, all the blooms are coming in, and we'll see how it performs rather this summer. But last year it didn't excite me, and if it doesn't excite me this year, then it's out of here, and I'll just replant this whole area to have both spring and summer blooms. The Sebastian iris does have some spring blooms in here too. And here's all my marigolds. They performed and reseeded from last year, and they bloom all summer long. Totally love them. And there's my Astilbe, looking beautiful, and now you can see how beautiful this garden is, and I love it, and it's gonna have a lot of color this summer, so I'll bring you back to do a review on the summer plants once everything's in bloom. But for now, you guys, it is getting late, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.